Welcome to Behind the Sound. Today we are looking at a track I did for Now Score This, the challenge by JunkieXL. And the task was to write the theme for Furiosa, the character from Mad Max Fury Road. And the whole track has kind of three parts. And the first part starts off right mysterious and gets then very emotional. And then we have the heavy action part there. And at the end, a little bit of action and dramatic, and then it resolves. So let's have a listen. Alright, so there we are, and let's go through it from the beginning. And when the autosave is finished, then we start with the strings here. So we have a lot of different textures there. So we start quite eerie and atmospheric, have the mysterious character. And we have some interesting strings here, which is actually a freebie. I guess I got it from Spitfire. Really nice atmospheric sound. Then Novo intimate textures. Really love those interesting sounding strings and amazing atmosphere there. So that's going on there, and then we have bass, cello, violas, and violins, all from ATO, the Artichetto. And yeah, they're just play kind of the main emotional theme there. There we go. And I use a lot of dynamics there to have this, have a really great dynamic flow, and especially at that point here. Then it really gets quite loud and intense. Something very special here is Violin, which I played myself and recorded. Yeah, that's all on purpose, that it's shifting in tone and just to have an interesting and realistic texture to underscore the other atmospheric strings. So there's a lot going on. I did some low cut there and some other effects, compressor, which comes in handy at the latter part later, and some heavy reverb there as well. And if we that's the original recording. Yeah, we have the violin also goes through an outer pan effect to have a interesting stereo effect, and then another amp. Let's move on. Brass. We have some brass and woodwinds, especially at the beginning. They play kind of melody and yeah. Especially the clarinet is very important there. And then they get unisono with the strings, so they all follow the same direction after the beginning. And also some horns come in. So with the strings. We have this full orchestra sound playing there, which is the segue to the action part. So it rises up and then we get into action. And before the action, we have some vocals. Nothing too special, just playing along with the strings. So because violins and other strings have this singing sound, so this really just blends in perfectly and makes it more mysterious and more feminine, maybe. Drums, not much going on in the beginning. Just a little bit of a tam-tam gong scrape there and then a roll later on. And what's going on here is with kinetic metal, I used this, which is actually some cables, so it sounds like this slapped pizzicato or Bartok pizzicato, however you call that, effect you can do with string instruments. And so I really like that as an accent on every 2 bars. We have this one, which is also intimate textures, but it acts like a synthesizer there. So to get some more interesting effect when we get into the action part. Quite quickly, the horns there, and for the woodwinds, Master Woodwinds by Ordict. Vocals, Ceres. Very nice ones. Those quickly. Drums of the Deep. Okay, don't hesitate and go into the action part. We don't have legato strings. We get 2 spiccatos. And oh, by the way, I increased the tempo from 80 to 130, so it really gets into action there. We have some spiccato strings. Also arruggetto. Playing all the same chord there and then getting faster at the end, towards the last part. The violin, it's doing the rise. I really like to play that when you, it's not that easy, but it's always fun to play around with the real instrument and get interesting new sounds. Yeah, that's going on for some while there. Then playing I guess a fifth or something like that. So playing 2 strings at the same time. Yeah, I think I mostly played it all through, and it's not perfect. It has a lot of flaws in it, and it's not perfectly on time, but I kept it that way because it's just under the rest of the yeah, it's mixed in with drums and other stuff, so it's not for solo purposes. Then we get to the drums, and this is epic. I love drums. Just introducing the rhythm there, and then layering a lot of stuff. We have some metals, ensemble metals, same ensemble woods. Oh yeah, let's play it. Epic though. Just some room stuff from ADO picked up. Concert tom, action strikes. And snares, action strikes. All mixed together, layered. It's quite difficult to get the right mix because it quickly gets very muddy and too hard to control. So don't layer too much. Anyway, guitars. Also played by myself. And it sounds horrible at some points, but I wanted to have this lead guitar there, as well as the pretty heavy riff stuff there going on. Ah yeah. Yeah, it could be more powerful, but yeah, track is finished, so can't do much about that now. Yeah, combined. And I used the Guitar Rig 5 here, using some Ramfire, Rammstein presets as well for the heavy guitars. Okay, oh yes, we have, there was one as well. I used just rise and hit for a rise and a hit. Simple as that. Okay. Yes, and yeah, some underscore with some atmosphere there. Not necessary, but it sets some tone and has some yeah, underscore there. When we get to the end, I'll get back to some of the emotional part, or the mysterious part. Oh yeah, and also this part, I think I just played it on the keyboard. Just playing it, and then I kept it. And yeah, the last part is different to the action part because the action part stays on the same chords, so it always plays the same. Only the guitars do some movement harmonically. And then the strings get some chord changes, some harmonic. And with violin, did some tremolo there, and also some spiccato, which sounds horrible as well. but it has this close and dirty character I wanted for the mix of the strings. Okay, the brass. Let's... Yeah. Don't know what to say about that. We have the octahorns there and trombones from the master brass. Oh, yeah. The brass. Yeah, it gets a bit of trailer sound because of the Brahm here. Evolution, really awesome sounding stuff. Yeah, the drums are a bit more silent there, as you can see, more bluish, and only the rolls there are longer, as in the previous action part, and heavy there. So kind of the same, but let's get more. Yeah, so for the end, just keep on the pace of the action part, and then it gets to the resolving end. Guitars, doing some gent. Not that clean. My guitar is not the best. It was actually the cheapest one. But it works, and it's doubled, as you can see, so I played it twice. So to have it on the left channel and the right channel, which is always great to have a separated sound and to have a thick sound. So that's kind of always the trick for heavy guitars, to just double them. All the orchestral instruments go into another reverb, send reverb there, Austrian Concert Hall, convolution reverb, to glue it together and have this common reverb sound of a recording stage. That's it. If you have more questions, please post them below. And I hope you watched the previous video where I did the editing of some movie scenes from Mad Max. Yeah, so I'll play the track again, and then we wrap this video up. So have a great time. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and goodbye.